I never let you see. I keep it caged, but I can't control it. So stay away from me, the beast is ugly. I feel the rage and I just can't hold it. It's scratching on the walls, in the closet, in the halls. It comes awake and I can't control it. Hiding under the bed, in my body, in my head. Why won't somebody come and save me from this? Make it end. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become, the nightmare's just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. It's hiding in the dark, its teeth are razor sharp. There's no escape for me, it wants my soul, it wants my heart. No one can hear me scream, maybe it's just a dream. Maybe it's inside of me. Stop this monster. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become, the nightmare's just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I'm gonna lose control, it's something radical. I must confess that I feel like a monster.
White flag waves. Come on, Dino, bring it home. Dino can hear him yelling. He sees the checkered flag waving. He gets it done.
Works his way off turn number 4. Down here across the stripe. Jack here will get your win.
Clevenger wins at the Lanier National Speedway. Checkered flag wave. Give it to Putt Putt.
Final lap. Here we go. Drag race down the backstretch. Who's it going to be? They're so tight coming here off the lead. And it's going to be, holy crap, it's going to be Chris Thompson. Dean Reynolds down here through 3 and 4. Coming up off, looking good and clean. He will get the win here at Lernerville. Patrick Spangler working off of 4. He will get your win here tonight at Lanier. That 280 and Jeff Sharp trying to close in on the 72.
Get there, checkered flag wave. William Watson holds on.
Yo, 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 tune in, don't miss Shaggy TV, hit him with the twist. Gang on deck, let's pick up the pace. Remote in hand, it's a cartoon race. Where are you, Shaggy TV? Catch the vibes, come roll with me. Jinkies, yeah, it's action-packed. Scooby snacks and a mystery crack. Flip the channel, hit the screen. Velma's got the clues, keep it clean. Fred in the whip, Daphne looking mean. Shaggy on the snacks, munching every scene. Zoinks, got ghosts in the room. Monsters lurk, smell the cartoon fumes. Fog thicker than my uncle's perfume. Solve it quick, then straight to the tune. Where are you, Shaggy TV? Catch the vibes, come roll with me. Jinkies, yeah, it's action-packed. Scooby snacks and a mystery crack. Spooky vibes with the laugh on top. Masked villains, every case non-stop. Trapdoor falls, but the plan don't flop. To the laugh track, tick tock, tick tock.
We are live on Shaggy TV for a little bit of Thursday Night Thunder. I'm Zach Chapman, a.k.a. Shaggy, along with, well, Connor Ross decided to show up tonight, so I got Connor here in the booth. We've got a full field of drivers. Before we get things kicked off, though, and I'm a man here, so I admit, I even comment on it. Shame on me for not thinking about it here. But Connor brought up, boy, oh boy, someone who's very important to Coast, someone who's very important to me. I wouldn't be even talking to you right now probably if he didn't give me the chance to sit in with him and, you know, kind of get my feet wet in this whole thing. But Marty Sakala suffered a seizure. I believe it was last night or 2 nights ago. And, well, while Marty is, doing okay enough to write and stuff, he's definitely not feeling well. Going to be a bit under the weather. So, that's somebody who we definitely need to keep in our thoughts and prayers. If you're not busy, reach out to Marty. And, we'll just, all of us can let that guy know how much he means to us. As checkered flag waves on warm-ups, we get ready to go qualifying. And I think we got 2 people out there watching tonight, Connor, that are definitely going to want to see a car in the number 4. And it's 2 kids I'm hearing by the name of Daphne and Azzy out there watching from somewhere in Florida. We have no idea where Scotty's from. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, Scotty's in Florida. Scotty's not. Oh, wait, no, Scotty's in New York. Why did I say Florida? Scotty's in New York. Oh, my gosh. I wanted to put him down there with the Ant-Man and whatnot. As Rayom rolling here out of 4. Lap 1 in the books. The 4 of Scott Rayom. Going to be P3. Going to fall down a little bit, though, as we get some more times rolling in. Brian Dickens in the stars and bars. Got the 122 on the top step for now, and he goes even quicker second time around. No, he doesn't. It showed me purple there, but no, it's a 12.88. He's a 10th slower. 12.78 will be the good lap. Joseph Grandy comes across for the final time, P5. We find Sam Bachman out here. He's rolling through 3 and 4. You're going to have to trust me as these corners really look the same from kind of these overhead top views, but Sammy B rolls it in P3. We got the man back from spring break, Blake Chapman, the popcorn salesman, puts it P9. Is 23 of our 24 drivers have put in a time. Chad Lackey is the only driver yet to put in a time. Should be 3 heat races, and looking at where Connor Ross qualified, 16th. I don't think we're going to make that invert, brother.
No, sorry, I just ran to the washroom and got back and heard you were talking about me, but no.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, I was just saying how, probably not the qualifying effort you wanted here. And this is a tough racetrack, man. So you think you got what it takes here to move on up?
It depends, with this track and car combo, we run the 358s open on Monday, but Lima Land's kind of tricky. There's multiple lines you can run in qualifying in a heat race. Now, I think the top will benefit me, especially starting up here, but you look at the quality of cars. You got Mike Brewer, my homie Scott Rayomi, Dino, all the FTM guys. It's track combo and drivers like that. It's tricky to be fast, so we're going to give it all I've got and see what we can do.
Well, as you can see there on your screen, he's out there rolling right now. He's going to be in heat race number 1. Let's do this quick. Row 4, we got Alex Pomerleau and Mike Brewer. Row 3, Connor Ross and Jeff Sharp. Row 2, Brian Dickens, your quick time to the outside, to the inside, Harold Klump. And row 1, Ryan Elzey and Randall Dixon. We roll this one around quick. Normally I'll yell out the numbers, get all crazy. We'll save that for the feature. I'm supposed to work tomorrow, so I almost called in sick on you guys tonight because my throat was feeling it, but I couldn't do it to Uncle Ron. Couldn't do it to Uncle Ron as the green flag set the wave. Heat race number 1 is underway. Right away, Randall's got that John Deere machine out front. 3 wide. Connor Ross in the middle there in the battle for 4th. Right now, Brian Dickens has it. Connor moves himself up 1 spot. Meanwhile, Scissors trying to cut a path on the bottom. Jeff Sharp, nowhere to go. We're 4 wide. Oh, Connor and Brian in the middle here. Somehow they make it work. Ryan Elzey on ice skates up top. Meanwhile, Brian Dickens, your quick time. Oh, he makes contact there with the John Deere green machine. As Harold Klump leads the way, we're coming to 5 laps to play. Connor Ross moved himself up to P4, but once again, Jeff Sharp on the bottom trying to wheel and deal as Ryan Elsey pinched down coming off of 4. That allows Connor Ross to take that momentum and think about taking a peek, but not able to get under the covers there with the 27. And as we roll off of 4, coming to 3 laps to go. Now he finds his way into bed sheets here. Connor Ross, high, wide. What can the 27 do? He's going to keep her on the bottom, not going to send it up, giving Connor plenty of room. Move the 35 up inside the top 3 is Randall Dixon. He's got his head down. Oh, but he clips the outside wall. That may allow Connor to make a move, but the white flag waves. 1 lap to play for Harold Klump. Harold off at 2, down the backstretch into 3. Rolls the middle, just going to protect. Checkered flag waves. Give it to the 35 of Harold Klump. Dixon, Ross, Elsey, your top 4. Sharp, Brewer, Pomerleau, and Dickens round out the field. I'll tell you what, I think if we're being honest with ourselves here, Connor, from the way I kind of worded that with your qualifying effort, if I told you were going to finish P3, you'd probably take that.
No, I definitely would. Sorry to those guys for lap 1 3 wide. I'm not usually that aggressive, but on a track like this at Lima Land, you kind of have to shoot for the gap when you can, and that was a phenomenal race. We were 3 wide for at least 2 to 3 laps and very minimal contact, so it's just one of those things where you see the gap and you kind of got to shoot for it on a, I don't want to say narrow track, because on entry it's getting pretty slick, but it narrows up through the middle and exit, so I'd definitely be surprised by that.
Starting lineup for heat race number 2. Row 4 to the outside, Michael Vecchio to the inside, the strut, Mike Weida. Row 3 to the top shelf, Dean Reynolds to the inside, Dylan Kinsey. Row 2 to the high side, Billy Roberts to the inside, 100 grand, Joseph Grandy. And row 1 for heat race number 2 to the top shelf, my homie, Scott Riomi. To the inside, the 210 of Barry Wallace. The Steve King Foundation pace car pulls off, green flag set the wave, 8 laps to play. Heat race number 2 is underway. Right away, 2x2 up front. Well, really, 2x2 the whole way. Nobody shooken out. Oh, Grandy gets into the 210 there. And Barry Wallace goes around. Couldn't tell if Barry maybe had some contact before and slowed him up. But either way, Grandy pulls the pin. And boy, oh boy, it blows up on the 210. Back to the tail end. 6 laps to go for my homie up front.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It looked like Grandy got a little tight going into 3 and he got into Billy, and unfortunately, Barry Wallace was just there and kind of got the crap end of the stick and got turned around.
Dean Reynolds trying to go to work there on his teammate in the 639, but a little bit of a slip up there, and now he's allowed Mike Weida to tug the rope at him, and top 6 here running single file. First guy to try to dice it up is that 147 of Michael Vecchio, but you can see there how much time he lost. Man, Connor. Oh, as the 210 gets in the outside wall, he goes around again. That was Barry Wallace. 2 laps to go, and man, I don't know. Obviously the racetrack's going to change here, but right now, Connor, seems like there's one line, one place to be.
Yeah, there definitely is. In the heat race where I was in heat 1, turn 1 and 2, sorry, it was a little tricky for me. I didn't know kind of what line to run. I was running the top, and 3 and 4, if you enter just above that slick where the top 4 are running, it was definitely a lot faster. And is Dean Reynolds' wrap a little different?
Yeah, he's got the ghost scheme on tonight. He calls it as Rayom picks up the win. Roberts, Kinsey, Reynolds, your top 4. Weida, Vecchio, Grandy, and Wallace round out the field. Yeah, he's running that ghost wrap. I told him if a car shows up with that tomorrow night at McGrubit, something like that where I can't read the numbers, I may have to go down there and have a talk with him. Well, I don't mind it on the cameras. I can zoom in and I see the reflection, but we both know how hard that would be to see from a box.
Well, especially we were practicing, and I just call that the scheme that Dino runs whenever he's in a race because it looks like he's wrecked a bit. I love Dino, but me and him cannot run side by side for more than 5 laps. I don't know what it is, and I love him to death, but just
Yeah, it's
messing
almost
around with Dino.
Yeah, it's almost you're kind of right. That's almost a scheme where the team's tired of putting everything on it. You know, just give them the basics and
Reusing body panels, and we're not putting a wrap on it.
final heat race though for your Hawks Garage 358 modifieds here at the Lima Land Motorsports Park. Row 4, Chad Lackey to the top shelf, Chris Albee to the inside. Row 3, Mr. Wednesday Night to the top shelf, and Putt Putt on the inside. Row 2, the Samacondo on the top shelf to the inside, the Brewerton Beast. And row 1, the Popcorn Salesman to the top shelf, and starting on the pole, hit him with the hind. We had all nicknames for all those guys except the final row. I'll have to, they got to come up with something for Chad and Chris. We'll have to see. As the green flag's high, it's time to watch the dirt fly. Heat race number 3 is underway.
Chapman gets a great start on the outside, but Hind gets side by side on them going into 3 and 4.
Oh, man, and this is the first time, excuse me here for getting off the race. But boy, oh boy, Jeff Barker working the inside here. Now he's got Clay working below. That is a scheme. Apparently, Connor, Jeff used to run something similar in his Sportsman mod. And man, that thing looks good, dude.
Yeah, so it's called a dwarf car. It's kind of like a legend. It's a mini modified. They're called mod lights, and it's a dirt bike engine, and it's, a mini modified.
Okay. I kind of get it. I'm looking.
A dwarf car or a legend car, kind of the similar.
As they're battling there for P2, yeah, we're getting something similar tomorrow at McGruben. It's they look like the big block modifieds, shrunken down, but with 600 micro engines in them, and they're called the Excel modifieds. I can't wait to watch those things tomorrow. Oh boy, as we're coming around this time into 3. Off of 4. Blake Chapman, I mean, he didn't forget anything about iRacing while he was off to school. Big lead here for the 20. Sam Bachman is reeling him in, but it's coming down to one of those things, Connor. White flag going to wave. I don't think he's got enough time.
No, I think the dust has finally run off Blake Chapman's computer. And, he's back in victory lane for a heat race.
Yes, he is. Blake Chapman picks up the win. Heat race number 3, Bachman, Christopherson, Hind. Your top 4, Barker, Lackey, Alvey, and Moore tail the field. We'll be back after a quick break here for your Hawks Garage 358 modified. Amen.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
We are back live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. A little under a minute here before 24 drivers get set to go and play. Connor, good luck, brother. It is, you may need to strap in there tight. It might be war out there.
Yeah, judging off the heat race and how tight everybody was racing, definitely strapping in a little tighter tonight, but thank you, Zach.
We'll go ahead. We'll mute up here so what I like to do doesn't cut off, and we will get set to take a look at tonight's starting lineup for your Hawks Garage 358 Modifieds here at the Lima Land Motorsports Park. Row 12 to the high side, the double nickel of Brian Moore Sr. to the inside, the 210 of Barry Wallace. Row 11 to the top shelf, the 122 of Brian Dickens to the inside, the 096 of Chris Alvey. Row 10 to the top shelf, the 518 of 100 grand, Joseph Grandy to the inside, the 397 of Alex Pomerleau. Row 9 to the top shelf, the 66 of Chad Lackey to the inside, the 147 of Michael Vecchio. Row 8 to the high side, the 390 of Mike Brewer. To the inside, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker. Row 7 to the top shelf, the 066 of the Strut, Mike Weeda. To the inside, the 280 of Jeff Sharp. Row 6, Mason Hine, Dean Reynolds. Row 5, Ryan Elsie, Clay Christopherson. Row 4, Dylan Kinsey, Connor Ross. Row 3, the 007 of Sam Makonda, Sam Bachman. To the inside, Billy Roberts. Row 2, Randall Dixon and the Salesman, Blake Chapman. In row 1 for tonight's A-Main to the outside, my homie, Scott Raomi. And starting on the pole, the 35 of Harold Klump as the Steve King Foundation pace car pulls off. We look to the sky, the green flag is high, 30 laps to watch the dirt fly. Your A-Main is underway. Side by side for the lead, Harold Klump with the early advantage. Scott Rayom trying to take it high and wide, but an early caution flag waves. And for the first time, we are under caution. I warned Connor. And boy, oh boy, maybe I was right here. Connor doesn't look to have gotten a piece of it.
No,
we'll see.
Started that. I got a terrible entry into one and hit the tires and then tried to pull to the inside so nobody ran me over. So hopefully I wasn't the reason, but.
Okay, now that I'm looking at it, you're okay. Well, obviously, things happen in racing, but yeah, it seemed to be a stack up behind you there. Clay got on the binders, Dino then got on the binders, and yeah, it's just kind of a stack up. So I just happened to mention your name. Joking.
No, I restarted my computer. My brake pedal is reset, so it's very touchy. And as soon as I touch the brakes, it locks them up, so I slowed down way too much, and I just tried to get out of everybody's way.
Well, stuff happens, as they say.
Unfortunately.
We got Megan out there watching. We got Adam out there watching. Hope all is good on the visit, Adam. Anytime, brother. Anytime you need anything, no problem. As the green flag waves, we are back underway. 29 left to play. Harold Klump with a much better start this time as he gets to control when he drops that hammer. But Scott Rayom keeps swinging it high and wide. And oh boy, I'll tell you what. If Daphne and Azzy are still up, they're getting a show here. Big Papa swinging it on the outside. My homie taking it too wide. Blake Chapman, though, there he is, the kid foaming at the mouth. Hasn't raced a car in, months. He's sitting there third. Got the best view in the house. Can Blake Chapman find a way to cut up? There's Scott Rayome, clears. He's your new leader. Bachman on the bottom trying to milk the cow here. Clay Christopherson doing the same. He's working under Connor Ross. Only really 2 cars working the bottom, and lines seem pretty even for the time being. But you know what they say, gotta go where they're not. And right now, Scott Rayome feeling it, man. 6/10 of a second lead. He's trying to show out for the kids here tonight as Billy Roberts reeling in the preacher. Oh, he clips the outside wall, able to straighten it up. Didn't lose too much time. But that's not something you want to make a habit of if you're Billy. You know it. You don't know how much the car can take as the John Deere green machine gets a slider thrown on him. That's Dylan Kinsey. Moved Dill up inside the top 5. Connor Ross making that top work. Oh, there's a check up in front. Connor nowhere to go. He's able to keep it going, I think. Shouldn't lose a spot. Should get it back. And, man, that was a tough break. We saw it happen live there. The original contact kind of came... Let's see here. Yeah, so... That is Randall Dixon, who got into the back of Dylan Kinsey. Sorry, Dylan's paint job is so dark there with the black on black number that I couldn't really see from far away. But yeah, you can see the contact there. He's going to drive it in and right there grabs the left rear, and there may even have been a little net code there. 35 with nowhere to go, the 51 with nowhere to go. Caution flag waves for the second time. Is the field already double filed up here? We're set to go back underway, and tough break there for Connor. It must have charged him with the caution as he's moved to the rear of the field, but we're going to extend it one more lap here apparently. Field not lined up. Let's see, Scott going back this time. Green flag waves. Blake Chapman with a good jump there on the bottom, trying to make it work. But it may be Billy Roberts, the big winner here. He's able to get to the side of Blake Chapman. Blake not able to get up and seal it after the failed attempt for P2. And the high side's where you want to be, but Billy, he's way up there. Boy, oh boy, the air's thin when you're that high. Billy right up against the concrete with that right rear, but he's able to make it work. Harold Klump trying to widen that thing out. Does he give him room off of 4? He does. Billy Roberts, welcome to the battle for P2. What can the 99 do? Klump gets sideways that time through the middle of 3 and 4, and we got a new man to P2. Move the 99 up a spot. Billy Roberts wheeling and dealing. Let's see what's going on. Let's find our hard charger right now. Mike Brewer in the 390. He's got her 3 wide, pinned against the wall. Slide job, nowhere for Brewer to go. Oh, he had to pump the brakes and move the 027 of Ryan Elsie up after a big slider. Caution flag waves. Connor's the last car in red I'm seeing here on the list, so I'm assuming it happens in front of him and he gets a piece of it. And that is exactly what happened. So this may have went a couple laps. Ah, okay. Investigative reporter. Connor's probably mad he got taken out here, but Connor, if you don't mind, if you're on the racetrack, I'm watching kind of what you had seen the previous laps. Let me know when they're 1 to green here.
We're 2 single file coming.
We went back. You can see the contact. Dickens and Moore, I mean, they beat up on each other the whole length of the front stretch. Make a little bit more contact. Moore shoots down. I mean, that's going to be he's going to get a break for that, I would think. I think we're 1 to green here, so we'll go back live, and we are.
Yes,
Pace car
green.
pulling off. Green flag is high. We are about to watch the dirt fly one more time. We are back underway. Scott Rayome, not sure what that restart was about. Went, then stopped, but they're battling behind. Scotty, though, he put himself in a bad spot here, Daphne and Azzy. I'll tell you, not what you want here. He could have done much better than that, but like I say, encouraged a little battling behind here, but Billy Roberts, he's got the sight set on the floor. He is all clear. As I got a notification on the YouTube that the audio bit rate is 0. So somebody yell at me out there in the chat if you can't hear this. But everything seems fine on the software as we continue to roll around. 9 laps to go. Oh, Brewer sends it back in. We saw him in the 027 earlier. Well, it cost Brewer this time. Overdrives it, catches the outside wall. Gonna have to cool the jets here and try to reel the boys back in. As Scott Rayome continues to pick them up and put them down. 7 laps to go. As Billy, he's rolling the outside, trying to build up steam the whole way around. Meanwhile, Scotty, you could see it in 1 and 2 the last time. Kind of throwing that short slider that you see on your screen there that Bachman's utilizing. The work by Harold Klump. He completes the pass. Move Bachman up inside the top 5. Blake Chapman just doing his best here, trying to hang with the front 2. As thank you for the info, Butters. We roll around 4 laps to go. Billy Roberts. Here we go. Duck to the inside. Can't do it this time. 3/4 mile left to play. 3 laps to go. Oh, Scotty gonna play defense this time. Billy goes the whole way around. Can my homie Scott Rayome hold on for 2 more trips? Or can Billy Roberts find a way to upset the apple cart here? Into 3. Off of turn 4. White flag waves. 1 lap to go. Scott Rayome. Can he hold on? What a run off of 2. Billy sends it in one final time. They touch. They make contact. Scotty holds on and gets it done at the Lima Land Motorsports Park. My homie bringing home the checkered flag. Billy Roberts, P2, and my long-lost cousin. After, boy, oh boy, over a month off, I mean, just absolutely didn't miss a beat. Started 3rd, finished 3rd. Great run for the preacher, Blake Chapman. So let's see here if we can pull up our full results. If we click on the feature, it then should show up. It then does show up. Clay Christopherson, 4, Sam Bachman rounds out your top 5. The rest of your top 10. Harold Klump, Jeff Sharp, Ryan Elsie, Mike Brewer, and Mason Heim. 11 through 20 will be Grandy, Weeda, Reynolds, Barker, Lackey, Pomerleau, Kinsey, Vecchio, Wallace, and Ross. In your bottom 4, Brian Moore Sr., Randall Dixon, Chris Alvey, and Brian Dickens. Oh, is Scott's number 1 fan, Megan, congratulates him. Uncle Ron congratulates him. I mean, boy, oh boy, he wasn't kidding. He said Megan is his number 1 fan. That was quick. Let's see here if we can go back. We'll try to. Now, I know it has been a while. I'm anxious to see here, Connor, if Blake can rattle off those interviews like he used to. You know, he was so used to it. It was a couple times a week, but now he's had a little bit of a break, so we'll have to see how he does here.
I think he definitely can.
Yeah, I would think he'd do okay. As I clear my throat here, let's bring him up. The man out of Clarence, Iowa, Blake Chapman. Brother, you didn't miss a beat, man. What's it like to be back? And first off, we're glad to have you back. Have you been having fun? How's college?
Yeah, it's been good, Shaggy. It's been good. I've been trying to keep up with some of the broadcasts. I try to hit every Monday night, try to watch you. You're always doing a fantastic job on the broadcast, on the call of those. But, you know, some about me just misses it, you know. I miss running with you guys every week. It was so much fun to be back. I usually, when I'm home, I don't even run Thursday nights. But in this case, I'll only be able to run the Thursday night race. So I figured why not hop in here, get a couple laps in, and it was a lot of fun. I know these small block, big blocks are quite a challenge. Had to shake the rust off. I haven't driven one of these in a while, but you know, fortunately, we were able to put ourselves up front and starting in the feature, and we were able to stay up there, fortunately.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, obviously, you come out there and maybe not the best qualifying effort you're used to, but obviously, there's going to be a little dust on that thing, and it put you in a good spot to kind of be up there and learn with all the fast guys, get right back into it. That being said here, when we come out next with the big block, I mean, can we expect to talk to you again? This is a great run after only 30 laps back on the track.
I have no idea, man. I mean, it's tough. I don't really like running these things up top. I'm usually not very fast when it comes to running the cushion with these things, but, you know, I was able to hold my own for the most part in these 358s. I think if I'm starting up front, I'll probably be okay. But, you know, if I got to pass some cars, hopefully the track will be a little different so we can do maybe, you know, do a little passing on the low side or something. So, you know, we'll just have to wait and see. I hope I'm talking to you again, but you never know.
Well, hey, if not, man, this was a phenomenal run. You look good out there, and kid, we're happy to have you back. But man, enjoy college.
Are we though?
Oh, I am. I don't race.
As a competitor, I am not. No, I'm joking. Blake, it's great to have you back.
Appreciate it, Connor.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I love it because you know, I'm honest. I don't have to race against him. So it's nice seeing somebody go out there and take it to Chad Griggs, which you know, I don't know if you've been...
that is true.
Yeah, you know, it's been not to say miserable per se, but it's been his playground here this past little bit. I mean, Spengler got him last week, but anyway, this is about you, Blake. And I was asking Connor, you know, it's been a while since you've had to do this, but I think you remember what you're supposed to do. Who we got to thank on that nice ride, man?
Yeah, I got to thank the parents for watching. Got to thank all the guys down at KSR. You know, I've been trying to keep up with them and watching them on Monday nights, and I'll continue to do that. But shout out to those guys. They got a lot going on these days, so don't get to talk to them too much. But just wanted to give them a shout out on the broadcast. I got to thank everyone at KSR. Like I said, I got to thank Galen's Gourmet Popcorn, of course. You know, they got some very, very delicious popcorn. You can head over to the website. Don't forget to use code CART. I did remember that. CART at checkout for 15% off some of their very, very delicious popcorn. I got to thank Andy at AJ Custom Creations and Preston at Epsilon Sprint Wraps. And I got to thank, you know, just everyone involved on putting this machine on the track. And I got to thank, got to shout out Marty. I saw that he's going through some tough times right now. So just wanted to give him a shout out. I know that we're all thinking and praying for him. And I've got to thank everyone involved in putting this league on, making it so much fun to run. And I got to thank you for the wonderful broadcast, Shaggy.
Well, hey, you know, I appreciate that. And, man, thank you for the kind words on Marty. Definitely, we can't have enough prayers out there for the guy. Hell of a job, man. Hopefully I'm talking to you again later. Go get him, Blake.
Thanks, Shaggy.
Blake Chapman bringing home P3. That one was always gonna take a little bit. You know, haven't got to talk.
Got it.
Yeah, he most definitely does. But I felt bad for keeping Billy waiting. But, you know, I mean, Blake, he's back from college. He's better than me. He stole my last name from me. He knew that one was going to take a while. But Billy, I'll tell you what, man. I thought, you were going to go up there and steal that thing. I mean, you were kind of laying in the weeds, but it kind of, correct me if I'm wrong. And this doesn't, I don't think give you an ego or anything for stating facts. Definitely quicker, but man, that racetrack, you needed to be up top. And he just didn't make any mistakes there coming down to the wire.
No, I couldn't have passed him without roughing him up. And, Shaggy, I don't drive that way. So, no, hats off to Scott. Glad to see him back. Glad to see him running good. And we bumped a little bit there on the last corner trying to come out. It's for the win.
Oh, yeah, you have to. I would have been mad. I would have yelled at you if you didn't. I was going to ask you about that. I would have yelled at you if you didn't. Man, you were maybe nicer to him than I would have been. But since you brought it up, did you think about maybe doing it a little harder?
No, not really. I mean, I knew he was coming down. He was going to protect the line, as he should, like I would have. And I figured if we could be rubbing doors across the finish line, and I think they'd put on good TV, like Scott said, and we would also just, have a good race. We don't have to. I don't want to win that way. I mean, if I can't win the race, then I'm happy with second, honestly.
No, and honestly, you're probably not thinking of this while you're racing, but, when you step away and can look at it, I mean, bigger picture, you mentioned Scott back. He hasn't run this thing every week. You're somebody who's going to be running this thing for points. And at the end of the day, you don't really have to pay much attention to that unless he decides to make every Thursday night here from on out. So, I mean, a P2, that's basically as good as a win, So hell of a job there, Billy, for, keeping it clean, racing with your head there. I mean, because incident points, they can mean everything too. So, I mean, the way you're just able to work it on the outside, keep that nose clean, that's a hell of a job, man. Congratulations on the P2. Who you want to thank?
Of course, all my team over at Liftfoot Mafia, Randy, Jake, Terry, Junior, Mike, for spotting me tonight too. That was a great big help. You, Shaggy, for broadcasting it, and Coast to Coast for giving us a place to race.
Well, you're definitely going to be one of the guys to keep your eye on here in the big blocks, man. Go get them.
All right. Thank you.
Billy Roberts bringing home P2, and now we get to talk to the belle of the ball, my homie, Scott Rayomi, brother. Oh, brother. I gotta, all right, I don't want to spoil this here, but I gotta ask you because I click back on it now. Dude, what happened on that restart? I thought we almost gave that thing up.
Honestly, I looked up in my mirror. I saw Billy was lagging back, which he not for nothing, but he does that a lot. So when I looked back down, I saw the pace car go off. And for whatever reason, I don't win these very often anymore. So, I'm leading. I was completely out of sync. And all of a sudden, I just started to go. And I'm like, fuck, I can't go to the cones. So I backed off and, then took off again. And, I mean, if they want to penalize me, go ahead, take the win. I fucked it up. So it is what it is. That's the God's honest truth. Saw he was lagging back, and I know he does that to get the run, which I guess that's in the rules. I don't know. But, yeah, I screwed it up. I'm man enough to admit it, but I can't believe it. It's been so long, Shaggy. And I've been through a lot in the last 6 months. A lot of the personal stuff that I've been dealing with. To get a win here with a group of a full field of 24 guys in this league nowadays is very, very precious to anybody that doesn't win a lot. You get some of the guys that win all the time, a lot of the Sam and, some of the other guys that win all the time. It doesn't mean as much to them, but last Monday when I got that top 5, I put in our Discord. I'm like, that top 5 was just a top 5, but that I needed that run. I needed that top 5 because I've been struggling. I've been struggling a lot. So this one really hits home, and I'm damn proud I got it.
Well, man, it was a good run, and I want to be the first to say too, Billy, he didn't. I wouldn't expect anything from him. He didn't even bring it up. That was kind of just something I didn't know if Maybe your foot slipped off. If a window popped up and you needed to click back into it? Because I know sometimes that stuff can happen. But no, he didn't beat you to the line or anything, so it shouldn't be a problem. I would think if it hindered him, but honestly, if anything, I thought like we saw. I'm going to rewind it now while we're talking about it, but really, he could have got you with how bad you messed it up. I mean,
yeah. Yep.
he's basically we're coming to the line. He is. I mean, you guys are almost side by side. He doesn't really have to lift out of it or anything. So if you don't, recover with that good slider coming off it too, I mean, that could have been curtains for you. So
yeah, I mic'd up instantly too. I'm like, I'm sorry guys, I fucked that all up. So, I mean, like I said, if I look up, I see there's that big gap, or not a big gap, but there's a gap, and he's been. I'm not knocking Billy at all. It's racing, so if he lags back a little bit to get that run and try to time it right, good for him. I mean, he's timing it right, but yeah, I definitely went sooner than I should have. And I mean, if they want to go give me a penalty for it, I accept it. I can admit it, but yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I got my girlfriend's daughters downstairs watching. First time they've ever wanted to, tune in and watch it. And you gave them a shout out earlier. I mean, I went downstairs after you did that and they were both smiling and all happy and stuff. So this one definitely means probably the most any other the wins that I've gotten in the past. So definitely appreciate Billy for not, moving me out of the way. We talked in Discord and he's like, I wasn't gonna take the win from you like that. I'm like, you were faster. I was searching after the top in 3 and 4, was not there anymore. I tried to top in 1 and 2 and kept hitting the wall. I mean, I was all over the place at that point. The last 2 or 3 laps, I was 100% defense mode. I was just trying to protect anything that I could protect. That I knew the top in 3 and 4 was there for a while, and I didn't really know where Billy was going, because I was trying to make sure that I just didn't hit the wall, especially on the straights. You hit the wall on the straights here and you're done. In the corner, you can kind of correct it a little bit, but yeah, I mean, this one means more than probably any other win that I've gotten in any league. So,
well, hey man, now it's your chance to shout them out here. You know what time it is. Congratulations on the big win, brother. Who you want to thank?
First of all, I got to thank all the guys over at Full Throttle Motorsports. Underneath that one caution there, I was like, guys, where is it in 1 and 2? And I got 3 different answers, but we all pieced it together. Those guys have been behind me, through everything. One of the original members there, and these guys have all been very supportive with everything I've been dealing with. Dino over at Super Dirt Car Series, without him, I mean, a lot of these wheels don't turn. Not only for FTM, but let's be real. A lot of the wheels for Coast to Coast don't turn without Dino. Gunner over at Swan Speed Shop, he's really been working hard at the dig. I think Sam said that once or twice. I learned it. Expert Insulation for coming on board and helping us all out. You, obviously, Shaggy, you're on my car, brother. You're back there. My homie, Scott Rayon, we got a win for you finally. Hawks Garage, Mike Brewer's family, thanks for them coming on and sponsoring. Shout out to all those guys. I met some of them at Weed Sport a few years ago. Great family. Christ, I don't even know anymore, Shaggy. I just read all them off my car. So anything else, fill it in for me, brother. I'm going to crack a beer and enjoy this one for a minute.
Well, hey, man, congratulations. Don't get too much of a buzz on. You got one more to go get.
Wait. I better.
And you better. I was just about to say it. We're both thinking of the same person.
Yeah, I better shout out Daphne and Azzy, who are downstairs watching, and Wyatt watching them while I can do this. And obviously my girlfriend Bria for allowing me to do this now and really kind of understand all this stuff. This has all been thrown on her for a while now. So I really got to give a shout out to her as well.
Okay, we were thinking of someone different because your number one fan already thanked you.
Oh, Dean's girlfriend, Megan. Got to give Megan a shout out. Oh, see, it's been so long, Shaggy. It's at least been 6 to 8 months since I've won anything. I forgot all about her.
Yeah, well, hey, congratulations, man. Hopefully I'm talking to you again here. Go get him.
Well, we're going to try, brother. Thank you.
Scott Ram bringing home the win, and with that, we send it to commercial break. We load up for the big blocks. We'll be back. Stick around on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to all of our sponsors.
We are back live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network here as we get the correct logos up. I'm not all there tonight. I'm not all there. We need the expert installation stuff up there for it to say, there we go, for it to say expert installation. And we get ready to go play here for some big block modifieds. 23 cars this time, and interesting enough here, I guess not too many. I think 2 people in this one who maybe didn't run in the other one. Or no, just one. Derek Bond. No idea who that is.
And
I feel like Sam has to give up his number. Now that we have someone with the last name Bond in the league. Like, there's just, that's not, and I mean, he went 8. Clearly, he was hurt that the 007 was gone, so he's going to go 1 above it. Yeah, we're going to have to figure that out. But Sam, he's, we'll just have to force him to do it. Chad Lackey set to go out on the racetrack here. Racetrack not really beat up. I mean, it's a little slick there. It looks like going into 1. Connor can talk to us more about it after qualifying, but I would think this is not that racetrack that Blake Chapman was referring to, where he would hope to get it beat up to where the bottom will maybe be a dominant place. I hate to be the negative Nancy here. Just try to be honest. I don't think it's going to get there. Maybe a case of we see what we just saw. And my homie, Scott Rayomi, he just won the small block modified A-Main. And right now, he's quick time here for the big block modifieds. Oh, boy. Ring the bell. Scott Rayome came to play. Connor Ross finally gets himself into a transfer spot here, or into an invert spot, I should say. Ashley's getting really good at qualifying. I mean, Clay's getting good at qualifying. P4. Sam Bachman, quick time. Blake Chapman, P2. Mike Brewer storms into the top 3. He gets kicked right back out by the Samaconda, Sam Bachman, who goes quick time with a 12.52. And you guys should say, Zach, we can't see any times. Yeah, because I had it on the truncated board. Someone needs to yell at me in that chat box. I'm ashamed that none of you yelled at me, that I figured it out before I got yelled at. 21 of the 23 have put in a time. Walters and Bond are the two who have not. They may not even be in the session here, so we'll see. May just be 21 drivers. Was what were you saying, Connor?
Sorry, Walters is, and Derek Bond looks like he just loaded it in.
Okay. So maybe he won't make it here for the heat race number 1. He's supposed to, well, now you see where he's supposed to start. Row 4 to the outside in the 8. Derek Bond to the inside. Alex Pomerleau. Row 3, Brian Moore Sr. to the top. Dean Reynolds on the inside in that red and white machine. I like that. Row 2 to the top shelf, the 007 of Sam Bachman to the inside, the 390 of Mike Brewer. And row number 1 for your expert insulation big block modified heat race number 1 to the high side. The 639 of Dylan Kinsey, and starting on the pole, the John Deere Green 011 machine of Randall Dixon. Alrighty.
Derek Bond looks like he's having VR issues, so that's probably why he did not put a time in.
It's because those Canadians, they're throttling your guys' internet tonight. That's what it is.
Yeah, it must be your gas and oil.
Yeah, I wish I could actually joke around and talk about that right now, but I feel like I'd end my career before it ever starts, so I just can't even say anything. Because some people don't know how to take a joke. I hate it. But row 1 for heat race number 1 is going to be a good one. This is one where the big block, I mean, yeah, you were penalized with the invert in the small block, but man, one mistake. There's some momentum base. These you can kind of make up for your mistake a little easier. I think it's going to be tough for the guys in row 2, row 3 to pass. We'll have to see. What we've got here is the Steve King Foundation pace car set to pull off. We take a look to that Ohio sky. The green flag is high. We've got 8 laps to watch the dirt fly. Heat race number 1 is underway.
Some contact with your front row there is the 39 gets almost turned around in turn 1 and 2 with a nice save on exit.
Yeah, now Sam Bachman trying to go 2 for 1, but he tightens up, and now he may lose 2. He was in third. Now he's sandwiched in the middle there. Mike Brewer making the inside work. Move Brewer back up into P3. Ryan Moore Sr. on the outside trying to tippy-toe. He's got a good run, but it's all Brewer, man. He's making it work on the bottom, Connor. Look at this.
Bachman's trying to follow him on the bottom side as he gets past Brian Sr.
I know he does, Ron. I know he does. Well, Connor, Uncle Ron told me God hates a coward here as the cross flags in the air. Halfway here, 4 laps left to play, man. And I'll tell you what, Uncle Ron's going to be cheering and screaming here soon. Look at the nephew, Mike Brewer. Oh, no, he blinks. He blinks. He comes back. Everything's fine. We don't have to blame Iran just yet. The 39. Still out front, leading the way, Sam Bachman. On the inside here, oh, he almost clips the donuts there on the inside. Got a little powdered sugar on those left sides. And Randall Dixon was pulling even, but man, Dylan Kinsey, can't tell if he's struggling or if maybe the inside is the place to be right now, but either way, final time down the backstretch for Mike Brewer. Checkered flag, set the wave. Give it to Brewer, Bachman, Kinsey, Dixon. Your top four, Moore, Reynolds, Pomerleau, and Bond. Your bottom four. As we get ready to take a look here, starting lineup, heat race number 2. Row 4 to the top shelf. The 207 of Terry Walters to the inside, the 06 of Scott Thomason. Row 3 to the high side, the 09 of the Teddy Bear, Ted York to the inside, Scissors in the 280, Jeff Sharp. Row 2 to the high side, the 20 of the Preacher, the Salesman, Blake Chapman to the inside, the 4, my homie, Scott Rayomi. Row 1 for heat race number 2 for your expert insulation. Big block modifieds to the high side, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker, and starting on the pole, the 518 of $100,000, Joseph Grandy. Man, they're making you wait till heat race number 3 this time.
Yeah, they are, unfortunately.
Oh, there we go. Forgot to open that Pepsi. I had to. Needed some of God's fuel. As we take a look to that Ohio sky, the green flag is high. 8 laps to watch the dirt fly. Heat race number 2 is underway. Great jump there for Grandy. He's gone, long gone. 3 wide, though, behind. We've got Rayome in the middle, Sharp on the bottom, and I believe that's the Teddy Bear up high and wide. Yes, it is in the 09, Ted York. Oh, boy, welcome to the party here. Oh, he clips that front stretch wall, though, that I've heard so many guys say you don't want to hit, and you see he loses those 2 spots. Got to lick the paws here, try to recoup the momentum. It's Blake Chapman looking to take peeks here. You know, I hadn't really been watching the lead, Connor, but we mentioned that start for Grandy. Well, that big lead is kind of gone. Those 2 have reeled him in.
No, Barker's on his tail, rear bumper on the high side, and Blake Chapman is just searching on the bottom, and it is working.
As man, Blake Chapman, he knows what this means. You win heat race number 2, Connor. This might basically be the pole for the A main if the top shelf is the place to be after warm-ups. I mean, this is a big deal. Grandy trying to play defense, but he's got Barker on his tail, as Connor mentioned. I mean, one mistake here, Barker may be in the fold, but Blake Chapman leads the way when the white flag flies.
Grandy got into the wall entering turn 3, and that let Chapman have a good run for the lead.
Final time coming off of 4, checkered flag waves, and it's Grandy by a nose over Blake Chapman, Barker. Rayome, your top 4, Sharp, York, Thomason, and Walters. It does tell you that on the iRacing, right, Connor? Grandy?
Let me double check.
Because it was by 3, or it was by 7 thousandths of a second is what I was told there.
Yeah, it looks, yep, first to first.
Yep, okay. Let's take a look at that just to see the gap here. Boy, oh boy, how close it was. Starting lineup, heat race number 3 looks a little something like this. The 147 of Michael Vecchio rounds out the field. Row 3, the 35 of Harold Klump. To the inside, the 099 of Billy Roberts. Row 2, the putt-putt Clay Christopherson in the 51 to the top shelf. To the inside, the 66 of Chad Lackey. In row 1 for heat race number 3. To the high side, the 027 of Ryan Elsie, and starting on the pole, the 035 of Connor Ross. As I'm noticing, it looks like my one monitor is kind of skipping frames here. If it is doing that on the broadcast, someone yell at me here. I'll try to minimize some other things. As the green flag waves, 8 laps to play here for a heat race number 3. Oh, contact there behind Connor, but they sorted out. Chad Lackey, that was a big-time save, but he stays on the bottom, trying to make that inside work. Channeling his inner Blake Chapman, he pulls to the door there of the 35. Couldn't get it done this time, but you got to play the long game if you're going to run down there, and that is exactly what Chad's doing. And I saw somebody ask there on the overlay, so the numbers turn red whenever they're getting passed. It's basically just to help catch your eye. That's why you saw Connor Ross turn red there when Lackey was going around, and then if he runs him back, you see Lackey turns red real quick, then Ross goes back. Just kind of color rotation thing I've been working on, or I should say a buddy of mine been working on, as Chad Lackey leads the way. 3 laps left to play. Christofferson working it on the inside here in that 51 machine. He's trying to pull it even. Can't do it, though, and the white flag set the wave. This time by as the drivers roll through 3 and 4. Chad Lackey out front on a mission. Started P3, went to the bottom where he went fishing, grabbed the lead, and Chad Lackey wins heat race number 3, followed by Ross, Elzy, Christofferson, Klump, Vecchio, and Roberts. Stick around on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
As we are back live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Almost time to go and play here for your Expert Installation Big Block Modifieds. Connor, you got a much better starting spot this time. Good luck here, brother.
Thank you.
As we mute up, get ready to find our little boogie here as we get set for 35 laps in some expert installation. Big block modifieds on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Let's get ready to take a look at your starting lineup. Rounding out the field, Terry Walters in the 207, row 11. Derek Bond to the top shelf. Billy Roberts to the inside. Row 10, Scott Thomason and Alex Pomerleau. Row 9 to the top shelf. Michael Vecchio to the inside. The teddy bear, Ted York. Row 8 to the top shelf. The 79 of Dino. Dean Reynolds to the inside. Harold Klump. Row 7 to the top shelf, Jeff Sharp to the inside, Brian Moore Sr. Row 6, Putt-Putt, Clay Christopherson to the inside, Scott Rayone. Row 5, Randall Dixon, Ryan Elsie to the inside. Row 4, Barker on the top shelf, Kinsey on the inside. Row 3, Connor Ross, Blake Chapman. Row 2, Sammy B to the inside, Chad Lackey. And row 1 for your expert installation, big block modified, A main to the high side, 100 grand. Joseph Grandian starting on the pole, the 390 of Mike Brewer. As we look to the Ohio sky, the green flag is high. Let's watch the dirt fly. Your A main is underway. Brewer not able to gather up the chickens there on the inside. Chad Lackey said, I can pick them up. I'm going to go way low. Lackey, third to second here, lap number 1, but it's Joseph Grandy leading the way on the high side. Bachman looking to make it 3 wide, putting his teammate there in the middle. Blake Chapman down there on the bottom. If you want to be one of the pieces of bread, you definitely want to be that bottom piece. Plenty of room for the 20 to move, plenty of room to wiggle. Now Bachman on the outside. You get moved up the racetrack, there's nowhere to go but some concrete, and the man in front's eating some concrete. Chad Lackey almost makes it 4 wide. I should say with that mistake almost forces the other drivers into 4 wide here. As you see Clay Christopherson, Elsie, Moore Sr. trying to work it on the bottom. You got Dino in that red and white machine. He's trying to make the 79 look a little mean. But out front, it's 100 grand, looking like 100 grand. I mean, he's gone. Good night. Big runaway is Connor Ross. Here comes the 035. He's ready to play. Connor on the inside of Blake Chapman trying to make it move. He clears Blake Chapman, move Connor Ross inside the top 5, but Blake trying to edge back. Can he get there? He's got the nose there off of 4, but Connor seems to have the quick line, bottom 1 and 2. Now he goes up, protects 3 and 4. I think that is the move. I think you kind of want to combo this, and Chad Lackey maybe feeling the same way as he starts to tug at the rope here of Joseph Grandy. He's trimmed the lead down a little bit. Taking big swings with the axe there, and it grabs, but Grandy has already got momentum build up. You can see he pulls away a little bit, but still trim it down to 5/10. Now, will this work for the 66 when he gets there? That's the question. As we got cars around, Sharp, Elsie, Billy Roberts gets a piece of it. Let's go back and see if we can take a look here at what happened. I don't know if the 27 got a piece of it, what it was. Oh, yeah, he goes up in the outside wall. And Jeff Sharp here, he was already committed. He grabs at it there. You see Billy nowhere to go. Once you're already up top, kind of committed. Nowhere to go. Caution flag waves here for the first time in your Expert Insulation Big Block Modifieds. And it's a time that, maybe some drivers need here. Quick little reset. As we are being told to double it up here, I think.
Yes, sir.
Now, if they go green, will be the question, because there's a car, and yep, because Connor verifies delayed. Kind of had that feeling as some cars were pulling off pit road there. This is almost a track, dude. I hate that. Doing the starting grid here, too. Brother, I have to rifle through that. Like, there's no way.
You laugh to get to the top 10.
Oh, man, that's how it was Saturday at some of the shows, because God bless some of this kid's heart. But I told you about all the cautions that one had. Man, I was having to read the starting grids off so fast because they were trying to rifle through the show. As these guys get back and ready to go here. Green flag waves. Grandy chose that top side. Chad Lackey makes the move there. Clips the tires, though. But he's not going to go away, I'm telling you. Chad Lackey likes that bottom in 1 and 2. But Grandy, such a big run there off of 4 that Lackey can't throw it in deep enough to get the slide job. Oh, Connor and Blake get to know each other. Connor pulls the reins there. Everybody keeps it straight for now. It's Harold Klump there on the bottom of Brian Moore Sr. That's the 3 wide. Now Brian shuts the door. That yellow 55. Up 6 spots on the move right behind the 51 of Clay Christopherson. Is Brewer working that outside. He finally gets around Lackey. Now he gets in the outside wall. Uncle Ron, I'm not going to click on your nephew again here. Every time I highlight that car, something happens to that 390. So we are just we'll click on cars around him, and there we go. As soon as we click off of him, he blinks a little bit. Comes back to Mike Brewer, maybe the fastest car in the race here. Can he find a way around that 518? As you got the top 3 under the blanket. Gonna have 11 to go here this time by. Is it still Joseph Grandy holding on? Dino catches that outside wall. Connor Ross right behind him. Dino luckily keeps it straight there for Connor's sake. He wouldn't have had anywhere to go. So Scott Rayom trying to get back inside the top 10 as Dino edges back ahead. That is the battle for 10th. Back and forth, back and forth. Mike Brewer tried to take the peak there. We caught the end of it, couldn't seal the deal. Tried to go in 1 and 2. That's going to be the place he has to do it. Now Lackey's going to try it here, but there's no way you're going to get a 2 for 1. That's ambitious there for the 66, who tries it one more time. Can't do it. 7 to go. Oh, Lackey's trying to make it work. Wheeling and dealing in that 66 machine. Oh, but right now they're battling each other so hard that you see Grandy pulling away. Lackey doesn't shut the door. Brewer keeps it pinned. Now Lackey might shut the door now that Brewer blinked. No, he left it open. These guys gotta get along with each other. Grandy's gonna walk away. We're coming to 4 laps left to play. Lackey, Brewer, side by side. Lackey finally gets it done. He shuts the door. Brewer now works it to the inside, coming to 3 to go. Can Lackey find a way to muscle the 518, or can 100 grand hold on to win? 2 laps left to go here in Ohio. Lackey Sends it in, just looking to, smell the cologne here. It's going shopping later. Just wants to know what the 518's wearing. White flag waves, 1 lap to play. Does he get up there, make the move? He can't do it. Final time into 3. Grandy gonna protect. Checkered flag waves. Give it to the 518, $100,000. Gets it done at Lima Land. Lackey, P2, and Brewer holds on for the 3rd and final podium spot. Bachman, P4, and Dylan Kinsey rounds out your top 5. So let's take a look here at that full rundown. Clay Christopherson, 6. Harold Klump, Scott Raymond, Brian Moore Sr., Dean Reynolds, your top 10. 11th through 20th, Billy Roberts, Jeff Barker, Ted York, Blake Chapman, Connor Ross, Jeff Sharp, Ryan Elzey, Derek Bond, Randall Dixon, Scott Thomason, and your final 3 drivers, Alex Pomerleau, Terry Walters, and Michael Vecchio. We had a while there. That was a long green flag run. I got to really scroll. Scroll. Yeah, it was. Wait, yeah. I guess you're right. Yeah, just that one caution. You're right. See, Connor, I don't care what your dad says about you. You're not done. I wasn't supposed to tell you he said that. Never mind.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let's see if we can get a word with Mike Brewer.
Oh, shit.
We'll drag him up to the booth here. Mike, Shaggy in the booth, brother. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, it was one of those races where I think, obviously you and Chad, you guys are rivals out there, different racers, but man, oh man, you guys have raced each other so hard that arguably, the fastest 2 cars finished 2nd and 3rd. But man, what a show. Talk to us about that good race.
Yeah, hats off to Chad, man. That was awesome racing. It's fun to go out there and race. You race against these guys weekly, but me and Chad, we could run side by side and barely ever even touch, and still make a good show. But so hats off to him for racing clean, and I do the same for him. But yeah, I felt like I don't know. I definitely felt like I had the car to win there, but I just couldn't set Grandy up there to slide him or get by him clean. So. And then Chad got by me and we battled there side by side. And I don't know if my tires started to go away or if it was me or what, but it just seemed like the car was starting to fade. So,
well, I mean, at the end of the day, able to bring home top 3. That's what it's about. Maybe not the spot you wanted, but were you expecting a couple more cautions after what we had in the small blocks? I mean, only 1 caution there in 30 laps. I mean, that's a lot of cars for only 1 caution. That's a good show, dude.
Yep, I was surprised we didn't, but I'm glad that we didn't because it's tough to get in a rhythm when you have 8 cautions a race, and you only get a couple green flag laps. So, no, that was good. I was happy with that, and we'll take P3 all day.
No, man, because at the end of the day, what this is all about, holding the hardware at the end of the season, and you keep racking up those podiums, man, they're going to add up pretty quick. Hell of a job, Mike. Congrats on the P3, brother. Who you want to thank?
You, Shaggy, for putting this on. Expert Installation for sponsoring our big block series tonight, this season. All the guys at FTM, Expert Installation, they're a sponsor with our team too, so Swan Speed Shop. Dino over there at Dirt Car, Uncle Ronnie, Kelly, all the guys at the shop, and everybody else out there watching.
Yeah, and we always thank Expert Installation, but we really should thank them for just giving Sam a job. Not letting him be homeless and making him feel like he has some worth. So I feel not only thank you for sponsoring Expert Installation, thank you for making Sam feel like he's someone. He needs that.
I appreciate them for doing that because somebody's got to do it, right?
Amen. We're sick of doing it. Hell of a job, Mike. Congratulations, brother. Can't wait to talk to you again.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Oh, I love Sammy Connor. He knows it deep down. He knows it.
Yup.
Let's go ahead. Let's pull up the driver who brought home P2. And Chad, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told Mike, man. You know, it's not very often that you say the two fastest race cars arguably finished second and third. But, brother, you guys were racing each other so hard that Grandy was able to pull back away from you, man. But that was a great showing, and it's one of those probably needed 5 more laps, man. But talk to us about a great race.
Yeah, you nailed it right there, Shaggy. That's what it comes down to, right? It's you're racing someone, and then the whoever's in front of you will start to pull away because two people that are racing each other are just going to slow each other down. So yeah, it's all about getting by that guy as quick as you can and try and catch back up. But yeah, you know what? I think we had the car to do it tonight, but I just needed way more gear. I'm sure Connor can vouch for me here. It's the car.
Tell him what you said, Connor. Tell him what you said when we were muted. Tell him what you said.
I told Zach before going into warm-ups that, one, the car was super tight, and two, the gearing was just crazy. You could almost have been in a 358 and had a lot more gear.
Yeah, honestly, I think you might have actually won the race with a 358. I'm gonna be honest. It's I honestly, it felt to me that I never reached over 3,000 RPM going down the straightaways.
Yep.
But running that bottom to the middle, yeah, like I said, I just needed more gear, and I probably have something for Grandy. But no, I hope we put on a good race. I had a lot of fun, to be honest with you.
No, obviously, you did, Chad. You put on a great show, and obviously, it's one of those things where, maybe if you had the time machine, you knew there was only going to be one caution. Maybe you drive it a little deeper in on that restart. Because were you kind of surprised? Now, obviously, Grandy, he doesn't get the view that I have. You were working the bottom. I mean, that's where you wanted to be. So when he chose that outside, were you kind of excited?
Yep, no, I wanted the bottom there for sure. I knew if he slipped up a little bit going into 1, I'd be able to maybe even slide him coming off of 2. But no, I had to be careful also. I didn't want him to maybe run a cut down and I come up and hit him in my right rear. You got to be careful with those moves I was doing. That's for sure. Just keep him. All I did tonight was just keep the car straight, and like I said, I just needed more gear. I was pretty much flat footing it down the straightaway because I wasn't spinning at all. But yeah, it was fun.
Well, man, you put on a hell of a show. You and Grandy, that was a lot of fun to watch, man. Or I mean, you and Brewer, excuse me, as Grandy walked away. Gee, he got lucky here tonight. I'll tell him for you. But congratulations on the great run, Chad. Way to bring home P2. Who you want to thank?
Billings Motorsports, Tommy Guns Customs for the wrap. Of course, yourself, Shaggy, for doing the broadcast. Everyone at Coast to Coast. And who's the sponsor tonight? I forget.
Expert Installation. The people who employ Sam Bachman. Thank them.
Yeah, I got to thank Expert Installation for sponsoring tonight's race.
Yeah, and like we say, not just for sponsoring the race, but for giving Sam a job, making him feel like he is someone. But
exactly.
Congratulations, Chad. Hopefully we talk to you again soon, brother.
Thanks, Shaggy.
And now we get to bring up the man who, I told him this maybe once last year, but it isn't too often where, luck kind of goes on this guy's side. He gets screwed over quite a lot. But man, tonight, you're the first person to admit it. You probably know you didn't have the fastest race car. I mean, you were definitely quick enough, to where if you weren't going to mess up, they weren't going to get by you. And I mean, you don't make too many mistakes, but I'd say the way you were beneficial tonight is after that 358 race, man, I even kind of told Connor, I thought we were in for it. I thought the cautions were going to be plentiful here after that last one. But, man, you needed this thing to stay green, and stayed green it did. Congratulations on a good run.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's not too often I get to start up front. But, yeah, I was telling those guys my headset fell off at about 12 to go. So I was a little worried there because not being able to hear anything kind of sucks. But, yeah, I mean, Lima Land's hard to pass in general, so stuck it out and got the win.
No, obviously, I kind of told Chad, I mean, you don't have the benefit of my view, so you really kind of see what Chad was doing back there. But when we rewind it here, when you took that restart, were you concerned about like your lane choice? Because Chad was, I mean, he was money on the bottom through 1 and 2. I mean, that's how he was getting guys, kind of, that's how he got Brewer back. Were you worried there when you're coming off a 2 and you kind of see him underneath you?
No, because I mean, I start, obviously I get to jump on the start, so he had to probably enter a little lower than he wanted to, because I obviously the middle through 1 and 2 was the quicker way, but I have the momentum coming off, so I wasn't really worried getting by me. So, and then I tried running the middle a little bit, both way around, and I didn't really like it a whole lot. And then towards the end, I found like top 3 and 4 and middle 1 and 2 seemed to work the best.
Yeah, and I mean, when those guys got to racing behind you, I mean, you absolutely checked out. So didn't matter which one of them got up to P2 with only 3 or 4 to go when they were finally done. You were gone, man. I mean, it was your race to lose. You look great tonight. Congratulations on the big win, brother. Who you want to thank?
Aiden over at Raise the Bar, Catalytic Recovery, West End Towing and Repair, Hinkle Homes, Mad Rabbit, Highlight Cinematography, Shaggy TV, Reckless Raps, my girlfriend Olivia, all the guys at Coast to Coast, and you, man, for putting on the best broadcast.
Well, hey, man, I appreciate that. Are you going to go out here and play in the late models, or you run that other thing, don't you?
No, yeah, I'm going to eat some, grill up some kebabs, and then go run the other one there.
There we go. Good luck, brother. I'll be rooting for you.
Thanks.
I can't remember what league that is, Connor, but there's a lot of people who go over there and run that thing because I've tuned in and watched it a little bit. Some of the FTM guys go over there, but we'll be back here for one more show. We got our G&G Drywall Services Pro Late Model set to come up here at the Lima Land Motorsports Park. Stick around on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to all of our sponsors.
We are back live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network for your G&G Drywall Services Pro Late Models here at the Lima Land Motorsports Park, where we have 14 drivers set to come out and play around here a little bit. Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you guys that I would be hanging around all night. But, well, Adam had kind of chimed in on the chat, but what I am going to do is I pulled this cheese stick out of the fridge about an hour ago, and I just realized it's sitting beside me unopened. So we're going to eat this cheese stick as we get ready to go into qualifying here.
I can already see half of that cheesecake or Philly cheesesteak ending up in your lap here.
Oh, no, it's a cheese stick. I already ate it, dude.
Stick. I thought you said
yeah,
steak for a second.
No, I slammed that thing. It's
Hull?
I can't remember the brand. I'm trying to think of what brand it is as we're qualifying. Let's go find Billy Roberts here as he's ready to set the bar. Are you a yellow cheese or a white cheese kind of guy?
White cheese.
Okay. See, I had the choice of both, and I chose yellow, so.
I don't mind either.
I don't either, but if I have the choice. Yeah, I know. But I guess it's because I love McDonald's so much that, and they use yellow cheese that maybe psychologically it's got me ingrained that way. But Dylan Kinsey, top of the charts here right now. You know who I just realized hasn't been here all night? Trevor Giroux. Oh. Well, Anthony Morano as well. Oh, Blake Chapman.
Is Blake good at everything he drives?
He must be. And what kind of paint job is that? I don't think I've ever seen him in anything like that. But yeah, no Trevor Giroux here. Made me think about it because obviously the G&G Drywall Services is Pops there. So, but it's hard to tell what he did. What your guys' government arrested him for? Probably.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's what I'm. Probably because he hasn't been doing. He's been dominating too much. You guys arresting him for winning.
Dylan
which I pick on you guys for sure, but Canada is awesome. I want to get up there to oh my God, Ohsweken Speedway. I couldn't think of it. I almost said Oswego. I almost combined Oswego and Ohsweken. I almost I had to really fight it back.
Oh, I was going to help you out, but then I was like, no, you know it. You're going to get it. So.
No, yeah, I 1,000% know it because, I like the way, what's your dad's partner's name? Clint? Is that his name? Yeah, yep. See, I even know his name's Clint because I watch it that often. I actually like watching the races up there. It reminds me of, because you guys run the street stocks too, man. Not many down here in Pennsylvania will pair up the street stocks with that stuff anymore. But at the racetrack I grew up, at the racetrack I grew up racing at Trailways, we had micro sprints, basically 360 sprint cars then, but we have 358s in Pennsylvania. Yep. And then they had Thunder cars, which were basically street stocks. And I loved that. You saw the starting grid there. Connor and I talked the whole time. Who cares? You saw it. We're going to watch the action, though, here as it's time to go play. Green flag waves. The strut. Mike Weida drops the hammer on the outside, but it's all Jeff Barker on the inside. The Brewerton Beast with the early lead here off of 4. Jeff Barker leads lap 1.
Jeff Barker is a strong suit on the outside. As Mike Weida gets very tight on the outside as he gets past and he goes back to 4th.
Now Dino looking underneath him there. Billy Roberts gets a little sideways in front of him. He's got to check up, and boy, oh boy, new leader Dylan Kinsey leads the way. Shot out of a cannon coming off at 2. And the man who got quick time wasted no time getting to the lead.
No, he did not. As I was watching Dean Reynolds for a few laps, he is making that middle groove work. He's just got to figure a way to get around Barker and Wida.
Yeah, and I think Dean finally scrapped that idea because Jeff, he is wiggling down there. Definitely doesn't have the best control. You can see him sliding a little bit as Bixler. He almost loops it around by himself in that 75. Now he pulls it to the inside as Dino inches ahead of the 513. Gonna have him at the line. Move Dino up to P4.
Dino's going to try and get third here as he gets a good run off of 2, going into 3. Weeding taps the wall.
As the white flag waves, 1 lap to go. Dino may have brushed the front stretch wall there, but it's all Dylan. Kinsey out front. Final time. Off a turn 4. Checkered flag waves. Give it to Kinsey. Roberts, Wida, Reynolds, Barker, Bixler, and Christopherson. Should only be 2 heat races here.
Correct.
I'm so used to having 20 cars, and then it clicked on me that we were down to the 14 for this one. So we'll take a look at the starting round. No, go ahead, Connor. Talk.
I was just going to say, funny enough, Schweeken actually started as a crate modified track. So we were talking about how it was funny to run Thunder cars and street stocks with sprint cars. It used to be a modified track back way in the day, so a little trivia and fun fact.
At that size? Or did they make it bigger?
Yes. No, they've actually made it smaller over the years.
Wow, running modifieds on a big track like that.
Out of it. No, they've ran World of Outlaw late models there, Super Dirt Car Series, and obviously World of Outlaw sprint cars.
Which hopefully they do that more, because didn't you guys, isn't the big deal, like, I guess basically like the axle laws are different here in America, I think, than up there, and our trailers have trouble getting over the border. I think that's what it is, the sprint car haulers, based on like axle width.
I know it's also a lot to do with merch. Like when World of Outlaws comes up, we have to print all the merch, and the drivers get a sale. It's silly, but yeah, they have to screw around a little bit.
Oh, that's crazy. Why can't we all just get along? As the pace car pulls off. Green flag, set the wave. Heat race number 2 is underway as Jeff Sharp rolls the inside. Ryan Elsey up top. Blake Chapman, Connor Ross. Blake Chapman, though, clear as Connor Ross gets tight once again, slides up the racetrack. Bachman inches underneath him, can't move on by, but the battle for the lead is heating up as Elsey goes around the top side. The 027 leads the way. Connor trying to build up the momentum and go back around Bachman. As you can see, it's give and take. Give and take. Connor gets him at the end of the straightaway. Now Connor gets him a little earlier as Bachman tightens up there in the 007. Gonna have to scrap that inside here or eventually duck back up in line as Connor looking to take a peek. Nope, he falls back in line. Thought he was going to dive underneath that 028. As Blake Chapman reeled in your leader. Can the salesman find a way to win heat race number 2? Running out of time this time by 2 sticks in the air, 2 to go. Down into 3, Blake Chapman, he's right there. Does he think about a slide job? Not this time. White flag waves. Final time, down the backstretch. Into 3, Blake looks down low. Can he get there? Not this time. Elsey wins heat race number 2, followed by Chapman, Sharp, Ross, Bachman, Good, and Walters. Stick around on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
We are back live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network as we get set to go play here at the Lima Land Motorsports Park. Not as many bodies out there, Connor, and I do want to warn you. These have almost all gone flag to flag, so good luck, brother.
The only reason they went flag to flag is because I wasn't in them.
But I was in them, some of them.
Oh, shit.
Exactly. Good luck, brother.
Thank you.
As we mute up, we get ready to take a look at tonight's Pro Late Model starting lineup for your G&G Drywall Services Pro Late Model A Main at the Lima Land Motorsports Park. Row 7 to the high side, the 207 of Terry Walters to the inside, the 051 of Clay Christopherson. Row 6 to the high side, the 7 of Bob DeGood to the inside, the 75 of the Mayor, Steve Bixler. Row 5 to the high side, the 007 of the Sam Akonda, Sam Bachman to the inside, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker. Row 4 to the high side, the 035 of Connor Ross. To the inside, the 79 of Dean Reynolds. Row 3 to the top shelf, the 280 of Scissors, Jeff Sharp. To the inside, the 066 of the Strut, Mike Weeda. Row 2 to the high side, the 20 of the Salesman, a.k.a. the Preacher, a.k.a. my long-lost cousin Blake Chapman. To the inside, the 099 of Billy Roberts. And row 1 for your G&G Drywall Services Pro Late Model A Main. To the outside, the 027 of Ryan Elsie. And starting on the pole, the 639 of Dylan Kinsey. As we look to the Ohio sky, the green flag is high. 30 laps to watch the dirt fly. Your A-Main is underway. Kinsey with a good jump there. He's your early leader. As you see there, Elsie trying to build up the steam, try to peek to the top shelf, but he can't do it for the time being. It's all the 639. As Billy Roberts trying to make the 099 little wide here. He's sliding up. Can't close the gate yet, but Billy inching up to P2. Now he's sniffing for the lead. Oh, Blake Chapman and Billy make a little contact there. But boy, oh boy. Blake getting the prayer answered there, able to keep it straight as the Preacher rolling forward, but he's tightened up off the bars. Connor Ross now to his outside. Blake still in the middle, 3 wide. Mike Weeda having to give up there on the bottom. It's just a 2x2. Blake still door to door there with the 35 of Connor Ross. Now he inches ahead. Blake trying to get back P4. As he inches below Jeff Sharp, they run side by side. Dylan Kinsey, though, your leader out front, having it his way. Here's the driver's roll off at turn number 4. We'll hop off that left rear. You can see how close Billy Roberts is getting here. I mean, driving it in deep. He's sucking right up there. You see that Randy Johnston Motorsport, Gears Unlimited all over the front end of that 99, getting awfully close here in the center of the corner, but just can't find a way to whip it around that 639. Bachman up 2 spots, but the big mover so far is Connor Ross. Up 3, trying to make it 4 if he can get around this 27. And he does move Connor Ross up inside the top 4, the 035. Looking to move and groove, but he's got a little bit of a gap here. He's got to put the head down. Go to work if he wants to run down Blake Chapman and Billy Roberts. Blake picking up right where he left off, man. It was not the easiest big block modified race for him there. He's involved in that first caution, I believe, but man, he is quick in these pro lates. Started fourth, up to second as he completes the pass on Billy Roberts. Dylan Kinsey better take a peek in that mirror. Here comes the preacher. Oh, man, not close enough to chuck a prayer just yet, but Blake is getting closer. As you see, 2 by 2 back here in the back, that's Jeff Sharp. On the outside, trying to hold off LZ, Dino, and Bachman side by side there in the second row. Blake Chapman takes the lead. Dylan Kinsey tries to cut back underneath. Can't get it. New leader, Blake Chapman, leads the way. 14 left to play. Connor Ross getting a taste of this long green flag run that I told him was coming. These things have been nothing but a green flag show here in the pro lates. One mistake can kind of be the dagger for you. But Connor's been on rails. The only mistake he made was the bat. Oh, and right there, they make a little bit of contact. Him and Billy getting to know each other. Billy hangs on to it. Connor trying to go back to work. Billy got a little loose there as Connor was coming up, and they both meet in the middle. That's racing here. You got fenders, use them. I mean, we are on less than a quarter mile, or it is a quarter mile, excuse me. I mean, this is what you expect to see here. Some crumpled fenders, some crumpled sheet metal. I did not expect to see Blake Chapman with a 1.2 second lead over Dylan Kinsey. I mean, come on, Blake. There should be some hiccups out of this 20 machine. He shouldn't be this fast, this early, but he is. And Connor Ross, welcome to the podium. Gets the move done on the high side, works around Billy Roberts. Billy committed there to the middle, not going up, not willing to rim ride, and Connor pulling away, dropping the sails. He's got time to maybe get to the 639, but he's got to be perfect. I can tell you there's absolutely no time at all to get to this man out front. I mean, he's got time to stop at the post office and mail you a postcard before he picks up the winner's check here. Blake Chapman, 2 seconds out front, 5 laps to go. Here he comes, Connor Ross. Cue the jaw music. He's getting closer. He's wrapping the bowl here at Lima Land, rim riding. Slider line into 1 and 2. Can he find a way around as Blake Chapman comes to the line? 3 to go. Kinsey trying to hold off Ross, who absolutely hammered down on the top shelf. He's got that thing singing. Connor Ross moves up to P2 with 2 to go. Dylan not able to shut the door, but it's Blake Chapman out front with the white flag waving. 1 lap to go for the preacher. Blake, who finished P3 in the small blocks, you could tell was happy to be back. Well, he's going to be happy to be back in victory lane. The preacher gets it done at the Lima Land Motorsports Park. Blake Chapman takes the checkered flag. Connor Ross, P2, and Dylan Kinsey rounds out the podium. I told you, Connor. How we feeling? 30 laps, green flag, up 6 spots. Pretty good run.
Yeah, that was awesome. I would have liked a yellow, but I don't think Blake would have.
Yep, I feel you. I feel you. There were a couple of these last season that I was like, because believe it or not, I won one of these last season, okay? So I'm not as terrible as I like to say that I am. But, man, there was like 1 or 2 where I felt like, kind of like you, just a bad starting spot. And by the time you work around, you know, what are you going to do? You're just all out of time. But at the end of the day, great run. And speaking of great run here, we'll see if we can't talk to the man who finished P3 when he gets up to the waiting room. I mean, he was he was feeling it there for a while, and then all of a sudden, Blake Chapman kind of snookered him, and, well, then Connor got him. But Dylan, Shaggy in the booth, brother, you got a copy?
That I do.
I'll tell you what, Dylan, man, it looked like it was going to be all you tonight, and then that middle started to go away. Billy was committed to the middle as well. You and the 99 were so quick there in the early stages, but once it got to that outside, I mean, Blake just was able to check out. But at the end of the day, man, you hold on for the podium. That's a great run. How are we feeling?
Oh, pretty good. That's everything I had. You said it best. I held on. That's all I was doing toward the end. Yeah, I really wanted to stay in second, and then I started searching a little bit, and when you do that, sometimes you just give up time. So then I just went back to the top or the middle. But it is what it is. I mean, this is probably, I don't know, probably my 5th race this whole winter. So winter's over for me at work, and I'm back. Try to race as much as I can, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Dylan, because you and Blake, I mean, obviously different situations here, but you haven't been racing much either. So able to kind of kick the dust off here. And, I mean, I'd warned Connor, you haven't been a part of many of these here, but boy, oh boy, these things have been going flag to flag, man. How are we feeling after 30 laps out there?
Oh, a little hot doing 3 races in a row. You got to get back in the groove, you know. Like I came back Tuesday night in a different league for 100 laps, you know, pretty much off the couch, and I felt that one after. But no, I'm not really comfortable in these. I'm okay, and I always think I'm gonna do terrible, but then I always end up running better than I think I'm going to. But tonight, I think I ran better because the big block was so hard to drive. These were easier, so I think that's why I did so good tonight.
Well, hey, you know, you can lie to everyone else out there. It won't work on me. I know how good you are. I've seen you wheel these things. Hell of a job, brother. Congrats on the podium. Who you want to thank on a good run?
I just got to thank all the guys at FTM, DJ for the wrap on this one, Dean Reynolds, the Super Dirt car. Man, it's been a while since I've done this. You, Shaggy, for the broadcast. I'm probably forgetting somebody. Swan Speed Shop.
Gunner.
Trevor's dad.
Oh wait, no, you did say Swan Speed Shop. I tried to step on you. F me, dude. Tell me to go to hell.
That's all right. Trevor's dad at G&G Drywall. I don't know if I forgot somebody. I'm sorry. It's been a while, but everyone at Coast to Coast that makes it happen.
Well, hey, hell of a job, man. Congrats. You would have had P2 if this jerk in here didn't get you on the high side. Good run.
And anytime I can be, even if he passes me, anytime I'm around Connor, it's all good. I'm happy with it.
It sucks. Don't say that when he's around, but I feel the same way.
No, the dude's fast. I mean, anytime I can be somewhat close to him, I'm happy about it.
No, it's fun racing with you. Very clean, and it's awesome.
Well, I'm still trying to get used to how wide these are. I'm so used to modified, you know. It's just anytime somebody gets on my outside, I start to get a little nervous.
No, I feel you coming from a sprint car.
Yeah, so no, it was a good night. I'm happy with it.
Well, hey, hell of a job, man. Can't wait to talk to you again. Good run, Dylan.
Thanks. See you guys.
Dylan Kinsey brings home P3, and I don't have to grab anybody because he's up here with me. Connor, I watched most of it, man. You know, you could probably hear me talking it through. I mean, you were willing to put this thing where you had to go bottom, top, but just one of those deals, brother. Needed that caution flag to fly, and it didn't. But at the end of the day, man, P2, that's a good run.
Oh, definitely is starting 8th. You know, night was not going the way I wanted it to, and these are the late models are the most. I'm not comfortable by any car on dirt. The late model is not what I like. It's not my driving style, but honestly, going back to what Dylan said about the big blocks, they were hard to drive, so I think it helps me out with the pro lates, but no, we just found the top and the middle and 3 and 4 there, and then found the top, in 3 and 4. And then 1 and 2 there to get by Dylan. I just needed a caution. I don't know. Blake was so far checked out there. I don't know if I would have had anything for him if there was a caution, but, you know, it would have been nice to stack things up and just see.
Oh, Connor, I'm fighting sneezes. Sorry there for coming back slow. You are going to hear me sneeze again for sure. But, it's one of those things where obviously you kind of talked about it. Could you have? You don't really know, but hang on.
And there it is.
Yep, there it was. And I'm a 4 or 5 sneezer. We're not done yet. So we'll power through this. But, like I was saying, obviously you're wishing for the caution. Do you think with how big of a lead he had? I mean, could you tell in those final few laps, did he push it hard to get to that big a lead, or was he cruising?
I think he, I don't know if he was pushing it hard, but he definitely knew his pace, and he was definitely setting it. Even if we had a yellow, we were both running the top. So it would have been tricky to get by him running the middle or bottom because the top started to definitely come in at the end, but it would have been worth the shot.
Yeah, definitely interesting too, because I'm sure he'll talk to us about it here when we pull him up. But top side, not his forte. He likes it to go to the bottom. But either way, Connor, up 6 spots, hard charger, hell of a run, brother. Congrats on the P2. Who you want to thank so I can sneeze again?
Yeah, I gotta thank you for letting me come up here. I gotta thank Burger Bar and Petro Plus, Travel Stop, Ace One Construction, Kingpin Farms, Pesky Penguin. I gotta thank In the Shop Tire and Auto, Driving with Haley. Got to thank Glenn Stairs Racing. Got to thank Dino and everybody at Coast to Coast, all the admins, all the guys that do the replays and everything like that. I also got to thank, I can't remember the company's name, but I know it's Mr. Giroux's father who owns it. It was our nightly sponsor.
G&G Drywall Services.
I couldn't remember if it was G&G or GNC, and I didn't want to sound like a donkey, but here I am sounding like a donkey.
They don't sell vitamins.
No, that's for damn sure. No, I think that's everybody. Just got to thank everybody for putting this show on.
Well, hey, hell of a run, man. Congrats on the P2. And, I'm not going to send you anywhere. You've been up here so you can hang out so we can talk crap on people after. But Blake Chapman, brother, you won't be one of the ones who will be able to talk any crap on because, you checked out. And I'm interested to see here. Well, first off, I guess it's kind of a 2-part question here, Blake. So the first part is, did we run the car, to its max, or were you kind of used to the old coast-to-coast ways where, we get in a Pro Late model race, maybe 2 or 3 cautions, and I don't know if you got the memo, but this year I think I've had 1 caution flag in these things. These things have basically been a flag-to-flag show. So how did we run this thing? Did we still have plenty of left for a restart, or did you just go and try to check out?
I don't know. I was running this thing pretty hard, I would say. It just feels like you have to drive these things hard if you want them to turn, which is kind of fun, but it's pretty dangerous at the same time. So right away, we kind of got shuffled back to like 6th maybe, and then I was just driving it hard. Everyone was up top, and I'm like, well, I'm going to see if there's anything in the middle, and there was. And, like I said, I was driving it really, really hard. Everyone was up top, and I was just able to cruise by him in the middle, and then we got up to Dylan, and he made the right move by going down to protect, but he went a little too far down. He went all the way to the bottom, and I was able to float around him in the middle. So that worked out for us there. And then after we got around him, we were still driving it pretty hard. But those last couple of laps, I'd say I saw lap traffic ahead, and I wasn't pushing it too hard. Was thinking about moving around a little bit, but there wasn't really much point. I had a big enough lead there. I was just comfortable keeping in the car where it was, and just taking it nice and easy to the checkered flag. No point in really pushing it or trying to get up top and into the wall, and how all that goes. But yeah, just super happy with this run. I haven't driven these things in ages. It seems like they drive a lot differently than the last time I drove them. Kind of fun, kind of a little bit a little dangerous, I guess. You have to drive these things super hard, but especially on a small track like this, it can get pretty hectic. But shout out to everyone, no cautions, which is pretty cool. And we were able to come home with a win, which is awesome.
Yeah, and listening to the way you're kind of dissecting that, and from what I saw on the racetrack, when you made the moves there in the middle, early on after you had fallen back to about 5th or 6th there, I don't know, obviously my eyes have to tell me that it was the fastest line on the track just because of what you were doing. But I know from my, from when I'm in the car and from what Connor was doing and from kind of the way other people have talking, it seemed like that top was always the place to be. Do you think you kind of bluff Dylan into thinking, protect that middle bottom because of how well you were working it, even though that, I want to say probably wasn't the preferred line?
I mean, possibly. That's definitely, what could have happened there. But that middle was working really, really well for me. It felt good. It felt like the car was sticking really well in that middle, and I could just drive it however I wanted to, really. The top could have been really fast. I mean, I never really went up
I
there,
only
so
say
guess-
that because when you made the move on him, when you went up to the outside, I mean, Blake, when you go back and look at this, brother, you cleared him by like 3 car lengths. I mean, when you put that, I know you didn't want to run against the wall, because you didn't have to necessarily with a big lead. But, man, when you went up there, that thing was rocket ship when you made that move.
Yeah, and I didn't go like all the way up to the wall, but I went higher than how I was running before, definitely. And yeah, I made quick work of him going around on the top. And I don't know, I just figured that was maybe because he was all the way down low, which is definitely a little bit slower, but it could have been a combination of the two. But yeah, I thought either way, I think it was a pretty racy track. You could have ran all over. I passed some cars. Obviously, Connor got around some cars too. So you were able to make different lines work, which is really all that you can ask for in that of a track. If you can move around a little bit, it's always going to be a fun race. And I know it was definitely a lot of fun for me.
Yeah, most definitely, man. And welcome back. I expected you to do some damage in the small blocks for sure, and maybe that carry over to the big blocks, but didn't go that way. But this was a surprise, man. You were really quick, and you showed how dominant you can be when you get some clean air on this thing. Congrats on the big win. Who you want to thank, brother?
Yeah, I got to thank the parents for watching. I got to thank all the guys down at KSR. Got to thank Preston at Epsilon Sprint Wraps and Andy at AJ Custom Creations. I got to thank G&G Drywall Services. I believe that's what the sponsor for this division. I got to thank them. Got to thank them for putting up the money and letting this thing be broadcast. It's a lot of fun to go back and watch these things. So shout out to them. Appreciate that sponsorship. And of course, I got to thank Galen's Gourmet Popcorn. They have some of the most delicious popcorn out there. For yourself, Zach. It's super delicious, and you can head over to their website and check them out. And don't forget to use code CART. That's CART at checkout for 15% off some of their very, very delicious popcorn. And of course, I got to thank everyone involved in putting this league on, and got to thank you for the awesome broadcast, Shaggy.
I've got a real question for you here in all seriousness. Now, everybody should know the story by now. I got so sick of hearing you talk about that dang popcorn that I'm like, man, I might as well try it. And I've been hooked ever since. Have we hooked any of the college friends on it? Have you shown any of them the wonders of Galen's Gourmet Popcorn?
They've tasted it, and it's good, but, college kids are cheap, and it's not exactly the cheapest option to get some food. So, maybe if we can keep hooking them on this stuff, then they'll start ordering some for themselves, and maybe after they're out of college, order some for themselves for sure. I know I definitely will. They got some of the best stuff, the best tasting popcorn you'll ever have. So, hopefully we'll get them hooked. Got some of the family hooked. Knoxville should be fun this year. Hopefully bring some more popcorn out there. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, hey, man, hell of a job. Congratulations. Like I said earlier, brother, have fun at school. And, man, I'm excited to have you back for the summer. Good luck, brother.
Thanks, Shaggy.
Blake Chapman bringing home the win here. And with that, I'm not even going to let Connor talk tonight. Me and him are going to BS here after. I am sending it off because I'm sleepy. So you guys take it easy here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. I'm Zach Chapman saying goodbye on behalf of Connor Ross and myself. Take it easy. We'll be back live next Monday. No idea where, but I know I'll be here.